Software Inc. and figuring out new things, and it's fun. It was okay. Yeah, the good news is I snapped way out to the distance. I imagine if it was snapped right here next to the microphone, it would have been just not good. Okay, so on stream is the one that I've been playing on stream, as the name implies. So for those who didn't catch the last couple of streams, I've been doing this. Oh, and also thank you for everyone who's been lurking. Don't let me forget you. You are literally, there are more of you than anyone else. Kind of important. So for people who missed where we left off, yesterday we started a new business, and we started ruthlessly going into patent trolling people. And the issue we're running into is we are not doing well financially. We had the entire stream, no bankruptcy, things were smooth, printed the money, doing good, and then towards the end of stream, things started taking a pretty aggressive turn. And I'm not really sure what exactly was the point that things took that turn. I think it was one of our hiring waves where we were expanding our teams. But yeah, things took a pretty steep turn. Now, one thing I would like to do, if we can get ourselves out of this hole, I would like to get ourselves like at least $2 million and get out of these apartments. You lost like $4 million? Oh yeah, no, it's just been hemorrhaging the money. Yeah, so those two are in development. Because we've been still doing the contracts and all that. But we've been pushing the patents, and I do think that's one of our mistakes right now, is the patent thing has not actually worked out as well for us, which it's interesting. I looked at my other save. With one patent, I'm making almost $500,000 every single month. Like, just the one patent. And that's the money I'm getting from the patent. That's not my profit. That's the revenue from that patent. And this one, I am just not making that kind of money. And I really don't know why. So another company has finished doing the system research first. That's fine. So we are still pushing our patents. And I do need to be making more money. So that looks like it's done. We're going to go ahead and get that out the door to get some influx of cash. Good. And that's big part of that is because if we look at our expenses right now, our expenses are astronomical in this place. And our core team is doing nothing, which is not what we want. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start researching at a wide range. Our core team needs to be working on something. Hey, core team. All right, so that product needs to be updated. Oh yeah, we released an operating system too. So we've updated our antivirus, which is basically malware, and our operating system that's barely functional OS. We've got those going on. So core team needs to be busy on something. The core team doing literally nothing isn't going to do us any good, and we're not near the end of the year yet, so I'm not sure what to allocate them towards. Let's see if we're at the point of making a sequel yet for you. Right, so no operating systems on the market support that. So the issue I have now is if I add these two features, it literally doesn't help my product. So I've got no reason to upgrade this. We could check for porting. Do we have... We literally support every operating system there is. It's an operating system. You can't port it. It literally is what it is. Yeah, so there's not a whole lot. How are we doing in copies? We got 50,000 copies in stock. Wait, did I read that right? I don't think it did. No, 30,000 copies in stock. Yes, we're doing okay with our products. That part's fine. And we've got another person that needs training, so we could set that. All right. So let's get them to be a level 3 in networking. So I've got someone who's maxed out networking. Yeah, so core team. I guess core team, you're going to jump on this. That's not what I want. Core team, you're on this as well. Because I got nothing better for you to do right now. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and... Yeah, so we're getting to the point with the big contracts are starting to require really high levels of networking, and I don't have that. And that's just what we're dealing with at the moment, is doing our best to try and float that. We gotta dig ourselves out of this hole. Because as you can see, we're burning almost $300,000 a day. What is costing all that money? That's what I'm missing. Something here is burning a ton of money. So we've got, oh, it's the salaries. That's fair. That's actually totally fine. Like literally of that, it's all okay. That's fair. Yeah. No, it's expected. I thought there was something else like maintenance thing. Yeah. No, basically malware only has a small user base. Yeah. So it doesn't really cost me anything to keep this going. Like, I do the maintenance, but it takes me, like, just seconds to burn through the maintenance real fast. And that's fine. Alright, so I need to keep getting them skilled up. We're gonna go ahead and keep you going with the 2D stuff and try and just build that up. You're gonna make that in time. I'm gonna go ahead, and this is probably a mistake, but I am going to accept work on the next design thing. Because right now our dev team is our bottleneck. That was what we did, is we expanded our dev team. And when our synergy, or not our synergy, our cohesion dropped, like, it just torpedoed us from orbit on what we could actually get done. So I've got you delivered. And we'll get that starting to be in its alpha. Got that one going. Cool, so got an extra 600,000. So if we just do that for a little while, we can dig ourselves out of our hole. But core team is just kind of helping for the moment, carry us over on the stuff we got there. We're not really doing any research. Let's actually cancel this research, in fact, because you're just not going to get done. Hey, Thunder in real life. How are you doing, friend? But the other good news is we are skilling up. And so a lot of these projects that we are struggling on right now, we are going to be a lot more capable of doing. But yeah, no, you're correct that basically malware is sitting on, it's bouncing around, but it's hovering around 1,000 users. It drops down to like 900, it comes back up. We are getting more recognition in the antivirus industry. Just right now, until we get operating systems that support networking, I don't really have much I can add to the product to excite people. All right. And we are trying to get the new hardware patent. And we're trying to get a systems pad, which I haven't been able to get the patents done for these things very much. Alright, so we've got that going. We'll get this one knocked out soon. We got another person ready to train. So we're doing a lot of this bouncing around for the moment. Okay, we'll get you onto networking as well, because it's... Networking was a thing in the 1990s? Yeah. Networking was a thing in the 1990s. You gotta keep in mind, so the internet, like, being your early phase stuff, did show up as early as, like, the late 80s, but it didn't become really kind of a mainstream thing till, like, 1992 to 1995 is when it really started to ramp up that, you know, people started to be able to get dial-up modems for their home and connect to websites and do all that stuff. But you did have stuff like, you did have, how was it, forums, what do they call them? Message boards. You did have message boards back before all that. And those, you know, those required networking and all that. BBSs. Yeah. So you did have all that stuff, and that was networking and whatnot.
Thank you, SoupDog9, for subscribing for 11 months.
Thank you, SoupDog,
there.
for the Prime Gaming sub. And hello there to you as well. I really do appreciate that. It does mean a whole heck of a lot that you would, you'd support the channel for just shy of 1 year. You're about to hit that 1 year mark, but Prime Gaming sub, I really do appreciate it. You could use it anywhere here on Twitch, and you used it here. So that means a whole heck of a lot. I really do appreciate it. So thanks so much for that. I did that too soon, so I have all of my devs and all that are sitting around on their hands. We need to upgrade our design team. Hey, we need AOL, so you still got it somewhere? That's fine. Our salaries have gone up. Considering we're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in salaries, when it goes up like $5,000, $6,000, it's not really that big a deal. Let's make that a 10 priority for our design team. I say that, yet the other one's going faster. And that's because we don't have enough people capable of doing networking. Are we profitable yet? It looks like we are getting stable on our profitability again, which is good news. Come on, finish the design phase. I've got a bunch of people who can't work until you do. There we go. Design phase is done. And they're plugging away at that. What is networking? Internet connection, all that. It wasn't where was the thing in the 90s? You thought about the 2000 things? No. So like the internet's, you know, like kind of became mainstream in like the early to mid 90s, like 92 to 95 is when, not that like most households had it or whatever, but that it was a thing that most households were aware of. But yeah, I know you had like coax networks where you had to like terminate loops and do like those kind of things. You had like on college campuses, you had networking and all that. But yeah, this would have been about the right time frame for like the infancy of the internet. Yep. 10 base T, which is usually coax, so like your cable you do TV over. Like telephones really had major advancement in how they worked on the back end. You had ATMs became like a more common thing. All right. We're just trying to stabilize everything and get that going. Get more people capable of doing networking. We'll wait till these all say their updates. Oh, also, it's that time where we're going to say hardware, do the research, yes. System, do the research, yes. 2D, do the research, yes. Networking, do the research. I'm going to queue all of these up. And we will focus on the hardware as being the highest priority. And the system also being pretty high. And the reason I'm doing that is I do want them to start unlocking all the different technologies for us. Some of those we'll just fail at. That's fine. They'll keep working. Okay, so I need to go ahead and get our next contract lineup. That's game assets. Can I even do that? I shouldn't have accepted that, because I'm still keeping the core team helping out. So let's take the core team off of this, because my core team is supposed to be my R&D team. Yeah, so design is on that. And we're continuing to market our operating system, which is going pretty well for us. We are continuing to build up market share for that. Details on you. You still have plenty of copies in stock. Details on you. You still have plenty of copies in stock. And there's nothing new to port you to, correct? Oh no, actually, we got 2 new operating systems got released. And they're both looking like they're going to be big. So let's get everyone onto getting our port going. Because we'll want our malware software to support that. For context, AOL launched as an ISP service in 1991. Yep. Alright, because we are trying to keep everyone working at any given time. Because if they just sit around doing nothing, they don't gain experience or train or anything like that. But the big goal for us for the early part of this stream is I want to get us into our own offices that we own the building. That is the mission. That is the dream. All right, so we got 400,000 from that. I almost wish there was a thing where you could just say, hey, just every day queue up the bug fixes. Like, I'm gonna do it. Just make it happen. Alright, meanwhile, that's going on to the next design phase. So we'll get another website line up. Yeah, so we're in that time frame where everyone is releasing a website. Like, everyone is getting a website. Okay, so for you... let's get you a balance in these other skills in the meantime. Sorry for demand, but can you move your camera a bit to see the taskbar? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're good. People brought that up last time and I totally forgot about it. Yeah, so I can't quite get it fully out of the way, but that'll be a little bit better. Because I don't think... no. Yeah, it's looking like this one down here is probably the best one. So all you're missing is I've got some research stuff here, and then we've got support down there. The taskbar is taking up the literal entire right side of the screen, and then some of these things, when I click on them, they do expand the menu out here. It's one of those games that's a bit heavy on the information that we've got. Yeah, we'll make you focus on it, audio. Yeah, someone had to remind me, because when I go into the away screen, I'm going to instinctively hit that same button, which is going to put me over there, and I'll just need someone to be like, hey, put yourself on the bottom. Because I will absolutely do that. Alright, so reporting that. Those are fine. Alright. So design team is making really good time right now. The dev team is still struggling, which isn't surprising. We did a large expansion of the team. Yeah. I'm investing pretty hard onto the networking side, because that'll just become more and more of a thing that we've got to deal with. I really need you to get this done. That said, the port's going well. Networking does seem like a good bet. Yeah, that's one of the things that's different between, like, if you actually lived in the experience of moving forward in the time versus, you know, us from the perspective of after the fact, you know, playing a video game about it. You know what bets work out. So, like, if you play, for example, there's another game that does, like, a lot more aligned with the game dev tycoon approach, where they go, like, really with the technology advancements. And then part of it is they talk about the difference between, VHS VHS, VCRs, and I'm blanking on the other, Betamax. And so in the game, it's like, oh, you could choose between supporting either one of those. Of course, in real life, you know that Betamax ultimately loses the fight against VHS, and VHS becomes the standard for tapes for televisions. So everyone who invested in Betamax, a lot of them basically just lost out. And that's just kind of the way it was. I need more people who can do networking. Are people working outside, or is it lunchtime? That's lunchtime. They're going outside and eating. Yeah, so my dev team needs to skill up in a big way. We've got gaps in our skills and the cohesion penalty from expanding the team to try and fix that. Okay. So we're fine for this month, and then we need to deliver that. Would be neat if the game had its own alternate history with things playing out differently. So this game does a couple things that are interesting. So there's some tech that introduces like vaguely at the appropriate time. And then there's other technologies that it's just like, you'll notice I'm not unlocking, you know, a particular, like a specific standard of 2D or system. It's just hardware 1991. That way it can go on indefinitely. And you do get the option of kind of putting your bets on on different companies so far as, like, if I'm writing software for the operating systems, I could try and bet on the upstart that I think will be the bigger one early on. But then I put myself in a certain amount of danger doing that. Oh, and we got another person who gained a skill. Gonna max you on 2D. There we go, logistics application. The logistics applications were extremely well set up to do. We're lacking in the art department for a lot of the graphic stuff, and we're lacking in the networking side for the websites. So when I get those logistics applications, those are a nice win that we could design them and, you know, get them out the door really fast. You gonna go bankrupt? Don't know. Yeah, we're in a rough spot. Hey, Mandy, how's it going? We're in a rough spot. We're not necessarily going to go bankrupt, but we definitely because this is the same one we were doing yesterday, that we did a massive expansion of our dev team. Now, the game has the idea of cohesion, that when you do major changes of any of your departments and all that, you kind of pay an attrition where everyone works a little bit less efficiently individually as a result of, you know, having new team leaders they're talking to or new coworkers that they're responsible for and yada yada, which is a very real thing you deal with. That if you just kind of, you know, open up your team and everything, you'll end up with problems where, again, who you report to and all that changes. It becomes a pain point. Alright. So you're almost done. And I'll get the dev team working on you. Okay. Cool. So that got us a payout. And we got 3 more peoples with skills. So the good news is we are getting a lot of people skilling up at the same time. I'm going to make you a bit of a jack of all trades. Do the same for you. And we'll max you on 2D. Alright. Got another logistics application, so we'll start working on it. Let's see, how much does cohesion affect teams in reality? I would say it's actually a lot bigger than a lot of people give it credit for, because when you're sitting down with a team, you'll start learning that different individuals on your team have things that they're better with, or more suited for, or more knowledgeable on, whatever you want to choose for your verbiage, that you'll have that. You'll also have team members who, they get along really well, and they're like, hey, you know, I'm trying to figure this out, can you give me a hand with this? Because you know that person is, like, good with that type of thing. And just generally acting professional that. Do you leave? Do people leave if you don't pay them enough? Yeah, they've got a happiness mechanic on there where it's not just strictly about pay, but it's like if you don't give them paid time off, you know, maybe I could pay them more but no time off and they're happy, but or they might need more time off and less pay, or you know, or I could give them other benefits like, you know, having food served there or whatever. So there's like a bunch of different stuff you can weigh in that you get your kind of choices of how you want to address it. Alright, so we got our update out today. I really need you to get that done. In your experience playing The Sims tells me your devs are stinky. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Alright, so we've got that sorted, so that's good news. It's our 300,000 in the bank. I'm going to let that just finish out that second iteration. It's right there. So we'll let the second iteration get through. Because that'll be a slightly higher quality, which will help our ratings. We'll have you focus on 3D. Okay, what do I want? Do I want you to max out 2D, or do I want you to help with networking? Max you on 2D. Okay, there we go. So we've got that set up so our dev team is on it. Our core team is still doing all the research they can. We got a lot of people not here right now. And they should get through that really quick. There's our logistics application. Heck yeah. As long as we keep getting those coming through, we'll be in real good shape. What did you... Okay. We'll need to check on how we're doing on our sales of our products and all that real fast. Alright. So get you onto networking as well. And meanwhile, let's take a quick look at our products. So we're down to 16,000 copies of our barely functional operating system. And then we are still hovering around 800 copies of our antivirus. Not 1,800 copies. We're 800 users. We still have like way too many copies to do, I think. Okay, and there's no one else to port to right now, so we're doing good. Have you ever been teams that did not work well together? Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been on a couple of teams that were pretty combative. Most of the time, I didn't have to worry. People got along with me pretty well. But there have definitely been times where I've had like 2 or 3 people on the same dev team that just did not get along. In every one of those cases, one or both of those people ultimately just left the company. Like either, a lot of them, they genuinely did something that eventually the boss was like, look, you either need to work together or you need to leave. Like, whatever your issue is, that's for you to sort out in your own time. Like, this isn't something we're going to entertain here. Alright. So I've got that going. Now 600,000, so we just broke 100,000. Embedded systems, we could do that. Give me that money. So it looks like we're going to do pretty good this year. We have got, unfortunately, a lineup of stuff that we're actually good for doing the contracts for. Like I said, I'm trying to aim to get around 2 million. And then we're going to go and start building our own office. Because building our own office will give us a lot of opportunities you cannot have if you're in a building you're renting. There's a whole thing about deals you can do that opens up a bunch of options. All right. Let's see, for contract work, if you assign a lead designer, it'll help narrow down their specializations. Yeah, that's I want to get a little bit, like, I want to get off the contract work. Whether it's me selling my own products or whatever, I definitely want to get us off the contract work as early as we can. Just because, while you can make good money with the contract work, you know, there's much better ways of doing things.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
Okay, so we can get you out the door. Do this. Get the beta. That's another 300,000. Yeah, you get that. But for your software lead designer, the more you know the specialist skills, they can assign them to the type of software development. I'm assuming you're talking about in-game. Yeah. You just clicked. Oh, yeah, no, you're all good. I'm pretty sure you're talking about in-game, but yeah. I honestly just don't want to go through the process of having to, like, each and every day go each and every contract, who am I assigning it to that? Like, by all means, you could do that, and it'll be more efficient. But for me, that level of micro in these games tends to get very tiresome very quickly. Like, it's fun for a little while, and then you're just like, okay, never mind, I don't want to do this anymore. Especially where we're doing concurrently like 4 or 5 different things at any given time. All right, and we will accept them all, so our salaries went up a little bit. And we did get another person who can skill up. All right. So we're starting to get into a good place with our number of people who could do networking. We are going to have a day that we're going to be taking a contract that's not going to be as good for us. The pay won't be as good as some of the other ones we've had, and it'll depend more on the networking. All right. Cool. Yeah, it's fine. The good news is we're getting a bunch of these contracts overlapping. And we are getting to the point that our cohesion is pretty much set. So the next expansion team-wise would be to expand our artist team. Because our artist team will support a bunch of these contracts as well that we've been pushing off. Yeah, so I wanted to promote that, put this one out here, get the beta out of here. And that's in our 600,000. So we're almost where we want to be to set up our own office. But the setting up your office is a very expensive thing that'll take some time, but it'll give us a lot of options that we'll be able to pivot from grabbing random contracts. Was a long day. Was up at 9 still going, and tomorrow will be earlier. That's no fun. But yeah, so now we're profitable. Which is just, we're doing a good about just doing this rotation of contracts. Get networking on there as well so you can help. Gotta take care of mom, sadly? Yeah. No, I know how that goes. Let's see. Yeah, so we're dropping from having contracts that were really good for doing to ones that were not. We had a nice little go there for a bit, and now we don't. Okay, meanwhile, research. We will want to get the hardware research going and the system research going. Hardware is max priority. We'll have the update here. And then these will upgrade our operating systems and all that. We should also check at the change of the year. How are we doing? So you still have an obnoxious number of copies around. Is there a new operating system to deal with? There is not. And then meanwhile, you actually... So our number of total users is going down here. We still have a decent number of copies on stock. It's Mage's fault? I don't understand. I am missing something with that. Alright. The joke? I got that, but I'm missing something with the joke. Come on. Man, stop giving me these crap contracts. We were right there. We just need one more good payout. Alright, so we got our next patent. Okay. So there's that money. Let's try and keep things moving. We're almost there. Because like I said, 2 million, we're buying our new location. That's the first thing we'll do is get ourselves out of this spot and into our new location. And then we'll have to set it all up. So we'll do some like The Sims style building it all out. We'll have to worry about like heat and cold and all that kind of nonsense. But yeah. Which then we have to make the choice of, do we want to be in an urban area? Do we want to be in a rural area? Do we want to be somewhere in between? And there's pros and cons with all of those. All right. And how are these going? Still have 12,000 copies. 48,000 copies. I bought way too many of those. Okay. And no new operating systems I gotta worry about? Nope. Okay, we can get you out of here. And that went up to its third iteration. Ooh! $1.4 million for a website. Okay. You have my attention. Are we really going through the design part of that fast? Oh, hey, wait a second. And we're good. .com bubble, baby. Yeah, we're actually right at the .com bubble. This is true. 1992 would definitely be when we properly hopped into the .com bubble. So with that said, do you know what time it is, chat? We are over that $2 million. We are going to move our company, and we get to choose an empty plot. So the first choice we get to make is we can choose to do rural, which basically our internet costs a lot, our utilities are medium-ish, very little background noise, it's beautiful and low traffic density. The talent pool is also low, and the plot cost is also low. So lots of benefits there. We have town, which is pretty much the middle. The plot cost is high, the utilities cost high, but otherwise it's basically in the middle. It has an added tax of 10%, whereas the rural doesn't have any. And then you've got city. City, on the other hand, is more extreme. There you've got a lot more talent pool to pull from. The plot cost is actually not as bad as town. The cost of utilities is very low. The beauty is very low. The background noise is high, and the traffic is high. And this isn't like easy, medium, hard, or anything like that. They are pros and cons. Generally speaking, the talent pool I'm less worried about. Like in real life, you care about that a lot. But the talent pool I'm less worried about as a benefit, because you can train people, so whatever. Honestly, the rural feels like... The rural to me feels like it offers me the most benefit. But I am wondering with the city, when I go to buy land, how all that works. The other thing we have is you can choose your climate to be warm, temperate, or cold. It's basically, are you going to spend more money heating or whatever? All of them you have to deal with all the temperatures, but there's that. I think... Yeah, all of them, the initial plot costs the same amount. I'm honestly thinking city, just because I want to go with that. Because the other run I did, I was building rural. So we're going to massively reduce our utilities cost, but the taxes are going to be terrible. I think we do it. I think we're building in the city. Because otherwise with rural, it's just empty everything out in all directions. So what I'm hoping is if I go to construction... Okay, so I can buy all the land, except for rural, where... In rural, you buy like these weird kind of gridded chunks. This one, I buy up, you know, blocks in the city. It's also interesting that there's certain... Oh, I can buy those. It looks like there's certain housing I can't buy, but otherwise it's free for me to buy anything. versus if we go to rural, it's just one big open space. Oh, actually, no, the rural has the lakes. Okay, so that's how they have areas you can and can't buy. So we own this area right here. That's what we already own. And we'll start with, I'm gonna go ahead and just buy this grid. So we own this area here as our starting. I'm probably going to need the parking lot next to us to serve us as well. So I'm gonna buy that and just leave it as a parking lot for now. All right, so with that, we need to start building. Let's see, you better catch, let's see. Better go to bed, catch you later, Farm Sim. Well, I don't know what we're playing for the later part of the stream. Farm Sim is a possibility, but I haven't planned out specifically what I am playing. All right, so I want to leave a little green around the property. Oh man, I'm already down. Right, I did buy a lot of land. Parking lot could bring in millions. In real life, yeah. I have no idea about the game. So what I'm trying to figure out here is I need to make space for everything. We've already spent more money than I thought I was going to spend at this phase. Alright. We may have gotten ourselves in pretty big trouble. But we're here now. So why learn from our mistakes? Alright, let's actually change the way I'm approaching this. So what I'm going to do is first... I'm going to go ahead. How many different teams do I have? I have 6 different teams. That is unfortunate. Okay. That's 2 teams. 3 teams. 4 teams. 5 teams. 6 teams. Oh, this is not going to go well. All right. Due to questionable administrative decisions, we're now a parking lot company. Exactly. You know how this works. All right, so we have our front door. I see. In that case... we have our front door, because it's an odd number of spaces wide. I didn't want a weird, not centered door. Normally I'd want to put like... I'll actually put the large windows here. Of course, that one didn't go like that. But we're not going to go too much with the decoration. There we go. So we got a nice open entrance. Okay. So next thing we need to do is we do want to set up this... to get all our departments having their own rooms. Okay. Gotta love an open entrance. Yeah, you gotta have, like, visibility. We could have a reception desk and all that in here. That's a lot used? Yeah. So, before we get too far, I do require bathrooms. It is a requirement of the game that you have bathrooms. So we will go ahead and toss a pair of bathrooms in the back here. I don't know if a pair of bathrooms will be remotely enough for a company this size, but we're going to find out. We can go into here. We will need toilet, toilet, sink, sink, And we will need a light for these rooms as well. We can go to these and we can decorate them. Oh, I forgot the weird bathrooms. Weirdly, they actually care about the exterior as well. That's fine. All right. So we've got that, and you can decorate every room. This actually doesn't cost you any money. So you're going to do the paneling for... Oh, for the exterior? Yeah, we can do that for the exterior. What color do we want, though? We can go with the weirdly yellow building. Interior, we'll have just other paneling, and then floor. Nah, not feeling that wood style. Here we go. Yeah, it'll do that. Yeah, so with that, I'm going to apply it. I'm going to save that style. I'm not going to bother giving it a name. And we're just going to stamp it out in all these rooms really fast. So that way they don't all look hideous. Okay. So. Oh man, we're already down to 158,000. We're going to be in a lot of trouble is what we're going to be in. So for the moment, I'm going to need some food and all that. So we could go ahead and put, for the moment, put a vending machine in the corner. And can this be interior or exterior? It needs to be an outside fenced area. What you see here, game, I don't have one of those things. Is there an interior place people can sit down? Oh, wait, 1 second. I didn't save it with that. Alright, so the problem I have here is they want me to have an exterior area for the picnic benches. And I haven't seen other options for... So this is the canteen. So they've got our dining chairs. All our dining chairs have bad ergonomics. Like, all of them have bad ergonomics. It's only the picnic bench that has good ergonomics. Well, actually, neutral. I know I can fix this. So let's go up a floor. Yeah, so what we'll do here is... For right now, we can go to the construction of the building, get a stairwell. Have to make the second floor apparently first. What we could do though is for right now, I'm just gonna make a little fenced off area up here. You know, go to this rooftop materials. We can make like a faux wood up there. Give it the glass treatment. And now I could go down. And it'll shove an elevator, or not an elevator. Actually, we could do both. We can do both. We will move you over. Actually, for right now, we'll just do the stairs. I have no idea how much an elevator costs. Okay. Actually, we could do the elbow style. And then move you into the corner of it. Yeah, so we've got an area up here. With some picnic benches. And we will need lighting. Otherwise people start getting mad. Where is... There's like... It's fine, we'll worry about that later. Meanwhile, is there a way I can make this not look the way it is? Because I don't want to sit there and do that. Pretty sure this is against code without the elevator. It is definitely not accessible. I could probably fit an elevator. Well, so the elevator has to be inside. I mean, honestly, it's probably against code because that's just... This room is technically exposed to the outdoors, if we're being honest. Because there's just a hole in the ceiling. I'm going to leave that alone for right now, though. Because we're in a bad place, because I still have to put desks for everyone. And I believe my largest teams, I think, have 8 people? 12! Core has 12 people. That is not great for me. We're probably taking a loan by the time this is all done. And I'd really like to get you the really fancy chairs, but oh man. Well, we moved up in the world on our computers. They get a hot desk? Yeah. So, okay, so let's get them their own lamp. Because that makes the light easy to deal with. And I want to get you the inbox. Let's see, so there's not enough ventilation, we'll have to deal with that. So I'm gonna have to cram more people in here for the core team. That's actually not enough for the core team alone. So I'm gonna scooch you up. So the ones in the back get to be a little bunched up. I'll probably want to fix that later. I'm gonna deal with the heat and the cold stuff later, but this will be the core team's room. So they're good. Meanwhile, we could go ahead and take that. I believe our next largest team is 8. So they can go to here. That'll be the programming team. We're just going to try and get enough to get everyone set up, and then we're going to expand from there. Alright. And then this will be... I don't remember if it's just programming services. What are you set to? Programmers. Okay. So you're programming your services. So now the next one, we only need 4. Because we're in that kind of situation with our money where I can't really afford to do everything I need. Alright, so you will be the art team, which has 4 people. You will be the marketing team, which is 4 people. And you will be the design team. That's 4 people. So they all have offices now. And are pretty much on the cusp of being absolutely freaking broke. And we don't have like any of the niceties. I am gonna add 1 or 2 things that I hadn't really planned for, but I'm doing it. Add a couple of couches over here. And we will add a reception desk. Because that'll open up a lot of opportunities. Oh, I could have gotten nicer couches. Well, actually, yeah, I could have gotten nicer couches. That's fine. We're going to have guests, they just have to deal with whatever couches I give them. So you can grab the reception desk. It's going to be off-center. I'm just going to have to live with it. Or, hear me out. Nah, it's fine. You know what I could do? I can do one of these. Where it's not centered on the room, it's along the side here. Because then we could add like some decor there or something like that. I will need lights in this room. And our money is fading really fast. We had money? We did. And now I don't. And these don't have enough light in them. So we could complain about it? There. Okay, so we technically have the basics required to be a functional building. There's lots of other stuff I should be adding, which I am going to add some of them. Which is... the clock will improve people's effectiveness, that everyone can have to look at the clock at all hours of the day, so the time slows down, therefore allowing us to get more work. We will need to get ventilation set up, which I'm not sure how I'm tackling that one. I need to make room for a utility closet, like back here.
Take a sip. What's the worst that could happen?
But I'm gonna have to cool off these spaces. Where's our cheap vent? There you go. Gotcha. So I'll need to set up those vents to work, which means I'll need an air conditioner. Like I said, for the air conditioner, I feel like what I'm going to need to do is make a utility room. I don't have the money for it anyways. So if we're not instantly hot, what month are we in? Basically, depending on if we're, like, what month we're in, we'll have to deal with that. Alright. That's going to be what we have to start with. So I can take this to build mode. I will need to manage that we have a cleaning person, a maintenance person, IT, receptionist, and security. And the good news is if we get one of these payouts soon, we'll be in much better order. Alright, we've just taken $1 million loan. Because that hurt. Alright, let's see here real fast. So, before we go with that, since I took the loan anyways, I need to make a utility room. So where can I shove that real fast? Because we need the AC. Yeah, no, I need to adjust that. Honestly, let's just shove it right back here. It's not the best place for it. We'll move it later, but right now I just need it. So go ahead and make a room right here. Because we could add seats or something there later. And the entire point of this room is it's a utility closet. Actually, that's fine. It's fine being there. And we had to move because I have that area where they could sit up top. But what's going to happen is I need to have an air conditioner here. And I'll need to have a light or two in that room. So let's just go ahead, and we shouldn't need much for light in here. But with that, not enough heating for winters, not enough light in here. Add some windows or lamps. All right. So we could do something with these windows so it's not quite as bad. So we'll need to... fine. So maybe them giving them all their own desk lamp was not the answer. Okay, so we also don't have enough AC for the cold nights. This hurts so much. We're killing ourselves money-wise. So you have the heat pump, we have the AC roof. So the heat pump is electricity driven. We're just gonna stick that outside the building, outside the side of the building. Enjoy. And then meanwhile, we'll need radiators for these. Alright. We don't have any complaints about the lighting being too bad. We don't have too much hot, too much cold. We still are missing things. Every one of these rooms to be in code for the fire department, which this game does actually have fire code. You do need to have fire alarms in any room over a certain size. So that should cover our fire needs. And I will also need a sprinkler for anywhere we have people are working normally. I'll have to replace the lighting with there later. Okay, so I think we're good here now. I'm heading for bankruptcy. So monthly profits was terrible last month. So, we're going to definitely need to climb out of our hole. So everyone's gone right back to work. We've got our new offices set up here. The roof, don't worry about the roof. We'll do something about that. Right now, I don't have the money to do anything, so that's what we're living with. But you'll notice one new thing. We have people showing up here to make deals with us. So that was the whole reason we went through that pain, is those deals afford us a lot of opportunities. You can go and get 2D maxed out. So if we look down here, so we have... Okay. So they have a job, they want to hire someone for marketing stuff for their products. So we're going to hire them, or they're going to hire us to do their marketing. We can't do the print job, I don't have any manufacturing to do printing. But yeah, so you get the idea here. That, we are marketing their stuff and our own stuff right now. And that'll be good. But basically now I can start supporting other people's products directly myself, and they will just give me a cut. And so that in a lot of ways will just simply replace where we're doing these little contracts here, that we will actually have deals with companies that we will develop their stuff for. Stop giving me print jobs. I don't have printers. They'll start, you know, doing all that. Man, I really hope we pull this out, because I may have way overstepped our budget. The city ended up being way more expensive than I anticipated, which would surprise no one. Come on, big payday. I don't know if that's enough. And that's way too early. Like, we won't even get paid for that. Okay, we're still alive. All right. Yeesh. That was the thing. I was just like, the last day we got hit for 600,000 at the end of the day. And this is like, I really hope we stay above water. Okay, so we got another deal came in. So if we go to filter. Do not show printing or manufacture. All right, I need more deals rolling in so I can get there. Support, yep. So take that off. That is our services department. Choose OK, accept. Because we just need to get a bunch of contracts lined up. An employee is having trouble concentrating. Look. Don't give me that. Alright, so we're probably going to have to replace a bunch of those things with, like, noise-canceling headphones or whatever. We got our person gaining a skill. So that's our core team. That's our R&D. We can now do 3D in our R&D team. There are 300,000. Okay, so where... Get off my prompts. I'm gonna need to take on another contract for now. Oh, yeah. 1.1 million for logistics? Mm-hmm. Get out of here so I can see... Okay. Oh, so you're having noise there. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is real fast. This person's complaining about the noise. We're gonna delete that ledger. And we're gonna go here and give them some noise-canceling headsets. Tax season? Probably. We probably got slapped with the taxes all at once. Alright, but more and more we'll be able to increase the size of this. Added bonus is now our marketing people have something to do when there's nothing else going on. Got another person gained a level. And get you some skill in networking as well. All right. But we can expand to like literally get into manufacturing and all this stuff. Once we get a solid payoff, one of the things we're going to do is pay off that loan as fast as possible. I don't even want to think about how badly that interest must be hitting us. Now, part of the thing is, as we get more and more ratings, we should get more and more people coming in who want to strike a deal. We also got to take the time with here to eventually replace these desks to get just the nicest setup we can. Okay, so got a new deal. You want me to do design. Alright, so Core's not doing that. That goes to our design department. So I'll accept that. Performance is going bad for our marketing. They're unhappy with our marketing. Well, apparently we're not the best at marketing. Okay, that's... Now we know. But we will be expanding our departments to support as we start getting more and more deals. And growing our company aggressively. I think we'll also end up putting elevators here. And maybe we'll put like an outdoor area up here and like a kitchen up here somewhere on the second floor. And leave this for the offices and all that. And build our giant monolith of a company. Cool, 14 employees on vacation, that'll certainly help me. And I think what we'll get next, after what we've got already, is I do think the next lot we will buy is I'm going to buy a lot to start setting up manufacturing, since we're getting all these printing deals and all that, and all I can do is just ignore them. Yeah, so we're technically losing a little bit of business reputation because our marketing is apparently not going well. So we've got to deal with someone to do marketing, and they're not happy with it. I do have a marketing department. They're at full cohesion. Let's go ahead and add some more people to the marketing department. So we're not going to mass hire like we did last time. That got us in trouble. So here go services, marketing, marketing department. Begin a search. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hire 2 people onto the marketing department. And so that should drop our cohesion a good chunk. Yeah, it dropped our cohesion by 40%. So we did take an overall loss in how efficient our department is. But then the hope will be that on the other side of it, 20 employees. I keep getting caught up by that, but when you think about it, our entire company is almost 50 employees now. 20 is a lot to go on vacation at the same time, but at the same time, it's not unheard of. But we can cut some more deals, we'll be in good shape. Their marketing gets priority. Alright, we got another person gaining a skill. That's the programmer team. Yeah, I'll split the other skills out a little bit more. You need some middle managers that'll half the company they can't take time off at the same time? Yep. You can go in and actually adjust when people can and can't take time off and all that. You can even sit there and make it so it's not one of the benefits you offer to have time off at all. $1.4 million buckaroos for that contract. So pay that crap out. And we are now debt-free. All right. Meanwhile, let's check port. Nothing there. Details. Still got 9,000 in stock, and we don't have that many active users anymore. So let's make a sequel. They still don't have networking on the market. It blows my mind that after all this time, they still don't have networking on the market and all that. Like, that product was released 6 years ago. It's way overdue for an upgrade. But still. Now, I don't actually have to do bug fixes for this product. I just have to handle the the support tickets. And they get priority. Okay, and education. There you go. And education. Honestly, we'll make you a balance. Yeah, so you're finishing. So yeah, so you're not getting through that. Let's see if that's improving our deal. Because it was bad. And then the design one, we're not far enough to matter. Oh, speaking of which, you probably do need to grab another contract. Surprisingly, I'm not getting that many deals, which I think it's because we got some negative trending on our current deals. Oh, so you're a core team. Yeah, let's get you on system as well. That'll help get those moving faster. Because core team is still mostly working on research. All right, Lunar, you have a good one. Thank you again for tuning in. So once we get ourselves like another $1 million, we're going to put a second floor on the building. And then I think pretty soon we're going to start separating out having like a support department, a legal department, a marketing department, which we already have. Basically, we're going to take the service team as it exists now, and we're going to break it up into a couple different other teams that are more purpose-suited. Hey, look, we actually have a positive outrating, or a positive rating. And our operating system that people generally are respecting us as having a good operating system. Alright. And send out our updates. Yeah, we just straight up haven't been getting new deals at all. Which is interesting, because my other one, I was just like up to my eyeballs in deals. Yeah, so now our marketing deal is improving. So that's good news. Yeah, so our performance is NA. Oh, we haven't finished for the day. Huh. Figure that out. Alright, so for you, we'll give you 2D. And then for you, so you're the service department? We can do that. So that's a giant monolith of a logistics app. Oh, 2 million for a logistics app. Heck yeah, let's do that. And I've got some people who don't have the skill sets to be able to work on some of these things. That'll be a problem. Hey, we made money just from, like, passively. Yeah, so we got money from our royalties, from our patents. We did get a contract that made us money, and then we sold a lot of stuff. Wait, we sold... How much software did we sell? Wait a second. You still got copies, right? So you got 9,000 copies. You're fine here. No new operating systems, right? Nope. You know what we're going to do? And this is a bad idea that I shouldn't be doing. Your releases, operating system, barely functional operating system, sequel, we are adding updates to you. So you are at 74% with a huge amount of waste. Okay, so it's telling me we've already got these features, so people are going to get mad if we get rid of them. Man. Yeah, so that one... Alright. So... Trying to... Okay, the App Store will give us a little bit. Well, that's interesting. Adding microphone surveillance. Listen to your user's conversation to find and fix bugs before they're reported at the risk of getting caught. What? Using 1980 technology, we're going to do surveillance of our users? Okay. Surround sound has a huge amount of demand. Windowing system. Themes has no wasted. Well, alright, so take the core team off of that. We have just the design team there. Subscription base, and this is barely functional operating system. 95. It will be subscription based. All right. What else we got going on here? Let's see. Malware OS 95 for our framework. We don't care about that. So it is saying we're going to need way more people on that. So analyze, apply, next. Yeah, so that one's going to be a much bigger one. So we're going to say next. We are going to develop that, but we're going to go to this operating system. It's low priority. Microphone surveillance is 100% a feature that should be in basically malware. Yeah, if we get to the next major update of basically malware, we're going to be tinkering with some of that. Oh, we got another deal popping in. So you want to do marketing. Interestingly, that says NA, despite the fact that I'm still getting paid and still doing it. That's going to push our marketing team pretty hard, so we're going to go ahead and bump that up to there. We're going to lower our marketing priority for our operating system. So we prioritize their budgets. We are going to have to grow our marketing team. So this is going to hurt us because we're going to lose more cohesion. But we'll go ahead and begin looking. We could hire you two. So our marketing team has grown. Let's look at our other teams. The design team we could probably afford to grow now. So designer, compatible with the design team. We're not going to worry about specializations for that. So you're a good fit, so I'll take you. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've expanded our design team, and then we're going to also expand our art team while we're here. So we are doing a massive increase in the size of our teams, which is going to give us break points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right. So yeah, I know you did get hit with ads. I do apologize. It's just the way that, honestly, all content creation platforms work. They're ad supported. Pretty much, if you're not paying for it, you're getting ads. It doesn't matter. Netflix, Hulu, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, TikTok, name your poison. They all have it. If you don't like ads, there is two choices you can go. The one that directly supports me is subbing, obviously. That's not why I run ads. But there's also a thing called Twitch Turbo that Twitch doesn't do a good job of advertising. That I don't know what the exact price is. It's something like $16 a month. It's usually around the price of like 2.5, 3 subs per month. That will give you no ads on the entire platform, across the entire platform. You just gotta look for Twitch Turbo. I still do get supported when you do that. I don't get there's no who told you about that and I get a kickback or anything like that. That's not how it works. But basically the way it works is the ads you don't see when you're on Twitch Turbo, I get compensated as if you did. So I get the same ad revenue as if you watch the ads even though you don't see them. And that's true of a lot of different things on the platform. But that's not why I run ads. It's just the fact of when it comes to pre-rolls and mid-rolls, pre-rolls are very damaging to your discoverability, which makes it really, really hard to succeed as a channel and all that. So there is just that whole thing going on there. All right. Who do I have the contract with versus who is... Yeah, so some gun killer I'm strictly designing, so we just want to let that churn out. This one here, that's what I'm doing a contract for, a one and done contract. And then this is a one and done contract, so we'll go ahead and plug that. And honestly, I'll let that run for a little bit on the bug fixing side of it. And we can go from there. Alright, people want raises, that's fine. New feature unlocked, RPG game multiplayer. Oh, so the gaming industry has started to explode. Right, we are in that time frame where like the Nintendo Entertainment System would be showing up, and you know, the games, like the gaming would be coming back from the brink. Because for those who don't know, like in the gaming history, it was almost a thing that like console and PC games practically died in the late 80s. And that was because there was like no quality control to speak of. So you'd buy a game from the store that you spent, you know, $40 in, and this is $40 in the 80s, which is like, it'd be like buying an $80, $90 game now, and you might take it home and it just not even work. And it borderline just about killed the entire industry. And that's actually one of the big things that Nintendo did do, is Nintendo said, we're gonna come out with their system, and your game has to be like up to a certain quality for us to approve it. And it's not that no crap got through Nintendo. There was. But considering the stuff that got through on Atari, that, you know, again, there's famously like the E.T. game that came out, that they collected them all and just tossed them in a landfill because it was barely playable garbage. And it was hurting the E.T.'s brand. It was so bad. All right. Okay, so we've got more people who are ready to level up. So yeah, so you got the network design. All right, we need to stop focusing quite as much on the networking. I want people to have at least 1 point in networking, but like the maxing out in networking. Okay, so we've got some more people here. So support-wise, we are getting through all our tickets for the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I would like to take on support, please. And our design is going fine. We can go ahead and get a development contract. So we're gonna go ahead and take that off. That'll go to the art and programming departments. So we've got our first development contract here. So we'll get you out of here because then our developers can work on that instead. So there's 1.4 million. Let's see, starting to come across as complaining. You understand this inevitability. You just hate that they strike right after you type a chat. Yeah, no, I gotcha. If you ever ask a question and then the ad hits like right in time, it's totally fine to be... Oh, that's what you're saying. I see the thing. That's why they spy on us. And you hear I thought it was for blackmail. Oh yeah, no, we just want to do better support. Amazon listening to you at all hours of the day and night, it's just because they want to give you the support. Trust us. Disclaimer brought to you by Amazon. All right. So we've got some money. So let's work on expanding our operation. So there's our utility room, and then we've got this room up here. We do want to grow this location. So what we're going to do is we're going to do some tinkering of our layout. What I want to do is I want to move this area up to the front. So we have like this kind of this cool little over-the-top front cafe area. We'll have like the kitchen back here. This will just kind of just have like a cutout there that we can hide it. And we're going to have a hallway along here so we can have more offices on top of it. So with that, we got $2.2 million. We got some money we can play with because we're making the heckin' muns now. So the first thing to do is... plan to have more floor real estate. And what we're going to also do is we're going to expand to have our new room for our core department. So instead of having 2 more departments back here, this is now going to be the new core space. They're going to have a big room. There was like, if you choose a support lord basis more than the streamer, you get a better deal. No, don't look at it that way. Here's the way I look at it. For me as streamer, you could definitely sit there and, you know, subbing to each and every channel and all that would be more directly helpful to, like, you know, my bottom line and all that. But the fact of the matter is, ultimately, if you're not enjoying the experience because of the number of ads you're getting hit with, it's in my best interest that you get those, sorry, I'm blanking on things here. It's in my best interest that you tune in, and I would rather, if you have to, if you buy, like, Turbo, I'd rather you do that and enjoy your experience than, you know, give more money and all that. Because the reality is, for a lot of people, how much can I squish in there? That's probably the limit. The reality is, for a lot of people, you just reasonably cannot sub to every channel you'd like to. And content creators usually get that. Like, they understand, like, you're not going to be sitting there with thousands of dollars or whatever to support each and every single channel. I think around here. So this is going to be a weird thing where I'm going to have some of these... Yeah, we'll leave it back there. We're going to have, like, a weird, like, you go outside to come... You know, actually, here's what we could do. We can move that forward to about there for the core team. We can then delete this wall, and we can add a wall to this one. It's gonna be really hard to... Alright, so there's the middle line here. So yeah, so the core team will have this area, out front, up top. And so what we're gonna do here now is I need to put a fence around this so we can make this technically into a usable outdoor space. Alright, and now I can go over here. And duplicate you. So I've got some picnic benches out here. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and delete the stairwell. And I'm going to delete this area. And I'm going to take this here. I also just realized that that has the weird outside thing, so I got to fix that. But we're going to expand this out this way. But yeah, now don't ever feel guilty if you either can't afford to support people or anything like that. Like, it's way more important that, you know, you enjoy your experience and all that. It's just one of those things that if you're not having a good time, you're not going to be tuning in. If you're not tuning in, that's more of a problem for me than, you know, you tuning in to only a couple of channels or whatever because of different things. Okay. Like, I personally get Twitch Turbo, and then I have a couple of channels I support directly. I would love to be able to support all the other channels that I tune into. It's just not realistic. But people understand that. So I probably don't need big elevators right yet. So I can go ahead and do that. And what we'll do over here is we're going to make some more bathrooms. So we can go ahead and get that going. That's a terrible job. Oh, I see what I did. Wait. No, I'm sorry. It was this way, wasn't it? There we go. Is that right? Did I do that layout? No, I did the completely different layout for the other bathroom. So I can go like this, scooch that in, scooch this in. The hint of sarcasm there? No. Supporting Amazon, the parent company Twitch, keeps Twitch running. So, Well, yeah, and for the record, when you're talking about that, so Twitch Turbo is supporting Twitch. That isn't going on Amazon's ledger. And I do understand there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I don't want to support Amazon because XYZ. And honestly, it's fair that Amazon as a company does some really awful things. I personally have in the past been offered jobs with Amazon that I have turned down because I didn't like what they were doing. And that's my own choice. Like we all have to live with our decisions. You might be going as like, oh well, you know, why do you stream if you had these opportunities? People know that I did software dev for a long time. 15 years, in fact. And so I've made much better money, and I could easily go back to that. It's just not what I want to do. Oh, I need to... There's got to be an easier way to do this, because I want to color this out here. All right, so let's go here, and I'm going to set all of these rooms to have this style, so they set the exterior wall. I'm really regretting... This is a lot more like gold. This is going to be... I don't like this anymore. We're changing this style. I didn't realize how gold that outside looked. That is super terrible. Please no. Let's get something a little bit more muted. How about this, like, silvery green or something? I really, really don't like the, Save. Do this. Get rid of that one. Get rid of all these styles that aren't my styles. We can clean it up later. Alright, so I just want to get all of this set. So that all of these walls don't look hideous. That's much better. That, like, bright gold... You know, it felt like one of those people who was, like, trying to feel rich and all that kind of stuff. They're just like, no. You know what, whatever. The bathrooms can stay that way. That's not. Let's go here. So these are the bathrooms we're doing. So the bathroom, we're going to give them their own design. So they can keep the same exterior wall. For the interior wall... Oh, here we go. We can do that. Sure. And then floors, we will give them the tile floor. Apply, save. Bathrooms. Okay. There we go. So we've got our bathrooms all set up. So now we've got the second floor that, like I said, we are going to be moving our core team up to this room. And then most of these other ones are just going to change who's in there. So core team is currently down there. Let's go ahead and grab you, and you. And duplicate that. Pop up here. Oh, I missed that one. It's fine. So we can take you, scoot you over, and duplicate. Alright, so for the moment that's 16 chairs? Yes, so 16 in there. We will need utilities for this room, or it'll get too hot or too cold. We also need to add some natural light to the room, and this time we're not... I mean, I already put all the lamps on their desks. I probably need to just get rid of these lamps and give them, like, actually proper overhead lights now. Because the rooms are getting big enough that these lights are just not adequate. So let's go ahead and get rid of these. Oh, and for that matter, we've got the money. These chairs are going to go too. We're going to get them the comfy chairs. This is our core team. We have the CEO of the company is on the core team, and like heck is the CEO of the company accepting anything less than perfection for a chair. Alright, so with that, we can pop in here real fast and go to our office stuff. And we're going to grab the real comfy chair. Because ultimately, that really comfy chair is going to help us out in the long run. The way this game works is the better ergonomics and all that you have, and the better like food you have and all that, you will end up having it where you have people take sick days less often. Oh, really? Just the lights is enough? That didn't seem right. Oh, right, and I didn't fix my security guard schedule. We need to do that. Alright, so with that, we need to go in here and we need hot and cold utility stuff. Alright, so let's go to utility stuff. You need a fire alarm to adhere to code. And there's nowhere that will not be near some... Well, actually, we can shove that way up here in the front. As basically saying, hey, that's not adequate enough. So go ahead and put a second one over there. And plunk down a radiator. Alright, so this is now the core team's room. And this is now... I mean, honestly, I have to set up another team to take over that space. So that's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back to normal time. And the good news is they're wrapping up for the day. So we're just going to go ahead and do is we're going to take these two desks. Because I don't want them packed in that tight yet. We'll probably get there as space starts to become a premium. Get everyone shifted around. Good news. We still got 1.5 million going. With all that said, I still need to pop in here before I forget. I almost forgot that you need a sprinkler. You'll need a sprinkler. Yep. 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 And yep. Because any room over a certain size has to have a fire alarm. Oh, we also didn't finish. I was going to build a canteen up here. That's right. So, for the canteen, we're going to be expanding our stuff. So there's our fridge, and our stove, and our stove. Why do we have it random rotation? Such a weird choice. And with that, we can go there, and there should be somewhere here, canteen, that we get a serving tray. That should cover our business needs. I can probably also, I didn't do this, I haven't done this before, but let's put one more here. Alright, so how much does it cost to operate these things? We've got coffee makers and espresso makers and all that. So the monthly cost to operate the espresso maker is like 2,000 bucks. So yeah, we're gonna have some really hecking expensive coffee going on there. Perfect. Do we already have the fire alarm here? Yeah, we do. So I need to add some lights, but we should be good with this. Let's go ahead and pop down here as well and move you, because you're not needed to be over here anymore. And you can pop down here. We'll need to add plants and all that later. Actually, can I just scoot you over? Yeah, it's going to fight me with it. I'm not going to do it. All right. So what we're going to go ahead and do here, though, is honestly, we can probably do the windows more. Do we want to put windows on this side of the building? Not really. That's fine. We'll add lights. Cool. So we've got lights going on. We've got tables for food. We'll have that. So that'll give us basically our canteen. We probably want to add carpets and all that to make this nicer. And then as we add more teams, we'll put them in that space. Right now I've got space for one more team already allocated, which I think will be our customer service department. So we'll get that going here in a moment. So with that, though, we're going to need to hire a cook now. What are you doing? You okay there, buddy? Oh, you're really, really tired. I understand. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't show up late. We will fire you. Oh, wow. It is... Hold up. It is already 9:20. So my wife should already be home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly take off and take my little 5-minute break real fast to welcome my wife home, get my food sorted and all that kind of good stuff. I just lost track of time. But then I'll be back. As a reminder, what'll end up happening is somewhere around 11 o'clock, midnight, so 2.5 hours, whatever. We'll end up having our game switch for the other half of stream. But thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Just going to welcome my wife home and all that. We'll get the clips rolling and all that. All right, so I'll be back. If at first you don't learn your lesson, honk the horn more. Go on. I'd like to see how this plays out. I feel like we have one major problem in this whole thing. I like this continuing to extend it, not like trying to back out and try and find a different route. Clearly the issue is I can't actually reach that spot. But you can see where it's putting the outline, where it's trying to do whatever that is. No. She was in a fit of rage. She was really bored. She wanted something to do, and she had a knife. You know, we've all been there, right? Just you get a little bored, and you would just attempt to murder. So pretty much what we're looking for is we're looking for large bodies of water. Just check the bottom to see if there's chests in the bottom. Now, downside is I do have the metal detector, because we've seen a lot of the nymph that drops it. The catch is life crystals get priority. Oh, the life crystal wasn't a life crystal, it was a boulder. I've been caught by that once before this run. Like, are very not comfy. All right. We can dive deeper than the vehicle. Yeah, I mean, the idea behind this vehicle is like it's a big glass. I feel like I should be leaving. Nope, it's time to leave. Nope, 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 nope. Well, here comes the train. I don't think enough time to move, so back it up, 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 back it up. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, that's what you want. This is gonna be a fiasco. Yep, I cannot make out at all who is winning that fight or what's happening with any of that. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh! What? Retreat back here? We're probably dead here. Reverse kill box, question mark? No, because they're just gonna come in from the side. I do not have a good position to do anything. I didn't even see them drop over here. That is so many. And they are all rocking guns. Look, I really really want to make this work. But you're gonna have to cooperate with me a little bit. Bang it hard. That's my strategy. I've cursed myself by putting that in the... Oh god, what's happening? Yeah, that's That's how that works. We had a marble meteorite just strike a duck and kill it. Okay. I get it. I get it, Cassandra. You didn't like that duck in particular. That duck in particular was the duck you decided did not deserve to live anymore. This duck, Duckling 11, Cassandra, not a fan. Just really didn't like the way the beak looked. There's something about it just really irked her. I appreciate the love, but you are actually starting to... I'm gonna have to put the wood axe down for a minute. You're giving me so many weapons, I'm being... Oh, goodness. Alright. Undead Baron. Getting their sweet, sweet justice. Right. Alright, so
And I am back.
So sorry about that. And also, you notice as you get older, it gets worse. Your typing is gone. I feel like part of it is also not carrying as much. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Like I'm pretty bad, but it's like if I'm on my phone, my typing is not to be trusted. Like very, very genuinely not to be trusted. But like when I'm on the computer, I'll take more time to overthink it and all that. Like you'll know when I'm doing stuff on my phone. Like if you pop into Discord, you see the message appear, and then immediately it like says edited in one word, gets like a spelling correction. That says edited like 2 words change or whatever. It means I'm on my phone. All right. So with that, I think what we'll do is before the day actually starts real fast, it's time that we got a proper support department. So no longer the vague service department. Let's actually look at our services department real fast. So service department. Is there a way I can look at this pretty easily? Not really. I was trying to see if there's a way I could very easily go, who is the ones... Oh, here, we can go here to services. Do we have ones that are just stand out in support? Not really. So your law... Okay, so you four should go into like a legal department of your own. So I think what we'll have is we're gonna get rid of the department we have here. We're gonna create a legal department. So there's our new legal department. And we're gonna take the services department, and we're just gonna rename the service department support, because I think actually I don't know what department to put you in. This one person here can't do either, because they don't have high enough to go all the way to support. Oh, actually I got some So you two, you're going to go to legal. You're not going to actually be able to do the job there, so I'm probably going to have to let you go eventually. But you two can do support. And who was the one who was the leader of that team before? Let's go check your leadership skills. Okay, so Birdie can be the leader of this team. Yeah, so it'll be Birdie, and it'll be Ulysses. So let's go ahead and go to our teams real fast to get that sorted out. So legal. Actually, don't really know how you set the person in charge of a team. Manage roles. That's fine. Tasks, that's fine. Secondary tasks. HR manager. Oh, I totally forgot about all that. Handle wages. Handle complaints. Best roles. Active tasks. The max amount of employees that can take a course at once. Set -1 for no limit. Okay. We'll say 2 employees. I can just set all of this. And you're going to hire... specializations. Oh man, so that's getting a bit more complicated. I don't want to go necessarily have them hiring for me necessarily. Because, I mean, I guess this would be fine. So we could set you to, so I don't know if that's how many to hire or how many to you have already. But we can deal with that later. We'll leave that alone. I'll manually hire for the roles. Ooh, budget $1 million. Hang on. I'm just gonna leave that alone. That's starting to scare me. Okay. So HR. Oh, it's saying I don't have an HR policy over them or Crunch. Yeah, I'll definitely get that one. Oh, before I forget, we need to go to this role here. So security. I need them to show up. Yeah, I have them show up at 8 p.m. and they'll leave at 4. Because they need to be here overnight. Alright, so back to our teams. So we've got a legal team. I'm really not sure how we, meeting missing leader. I don't know how to set this. We've got you clicked. That's dismissing the employees. So that's all I'm trying to do. So HR manager isn't what we're looking for. And that's tasks. Like that's all filtering stuff. I don't know how I assign a leader to a team. It's fine. I'm going to choose to ignore it for right now. But with that, our regular services team, which is now going to be rebranded somehow. How do I rename you? So the services team is going to just no longer exist because we're just going to go support. That's fine. We've added a new team. That's good. And so for the services team, we're going to grab the employees from this team. And we're going to say, hey, you know what team you're not on anymore? You're not on the services team. You're on the support team. Good to go. And then the services team, we could just disband. It doesn't exist. And now I've got our support team. Manage roles. Ah, here we go. Here we go. So you're the leader. Yeah, so you're the leader of this team. That works. Okay, so now I can go to this one, manage roles. And it was Ulysses will be the leader of this team. Cool. And interestingly, that says HR yes, which is curious. Oh, because I already said a bunch of stuff, didn't I? You have a $200,000 budget. Don't you dare spend more than that. I have no idea if I just did a good thing or not. All right, so support. Let's experiment. Let's go to HR management. Handle wages, handle complaints. You have a $200,000 budget as well. Best roles, status, education level. Let's max it out. No more than 2 of you out at a time. And for the hiring, let's say we want to fill out the department, and that'll be 6 more people. Because we have our leader and our 1 person and all that. You are going to have a special... You're going to have a specialty of support. And we are going to pay good... Well, actually, this one we can probably go low. All right. So that did not mark as having HR management. Let's see the person I have in the manage role. So that's Birdie. Birdie, are you the one who has... Ah, you don't have an HR skill. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna hire a support team now. So I'm overthinking a lot of this, and it's making it way more difficult than it needs to be. I actually don't care about giving you a high skill level, because you're gonna be doing just support, and we could do tickets right from the get-go. As you notice, you're off of the keyboard, which is really annoying. So I press the I instead of the O, for example. Yeah, I do that from time to time. So we're gonna do compatibility good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we should have a brand new support department. So, okay. So assign. So you're gonna go to support. Okay. Assign. Support. Okay. All right, so we did some juggling around. So unfortunately, we're going to be really bad at support for a little bit. So there is a good chance I might have to have what is now our legal department step in and assist support. I am going to want to expand my legal department as well. But, oh, also, before we go too far, okay, hang on. This room is no longer core. This is our legal department. And which room was our services department's room? Programmer, anyone. All right, so this room is now our support room. Okay, before people get in the same room, it's like, I'm distracted. There's another teammate from another room in here. They have cooties. They touched me. They got on my side of the chair. Mom. Which now because it says I have the same keyboard layout for 10 plus years. It wasn't 20. All right. So we've got those going. For a legal team, how are we doing? I could bring on 2 more people onto the legal team, so let's go ahead and do that as well. The service, focus on law. This one's salary high, and we care about them being on the legal team. Begin searching. And that's fine, so hire you. So employees, difficulty, so legal department, we have a lot of people having difficulty concentrating. How do I go and look at you specifically? So this is the legal team that is having difficulty concentrating. Why? This is legal, right? Oh no, here, hang on. Get Core out of there. You're not welcome here. That's the problem. This is the legal team's room. If you're not legal, get out. Okay. Fire inspection failed. Fire alarm violations 1. Okay, where did I fail my inspection? Oh, I didn't have a fire alarm inside my utility room. And apparently, like, I didn't think it was big enough to require one, but it was. Okay, so let's double check. All the rest of the place is fine. So I paid a $6,000 fine, which is basically nothing. And it does stack where if I had a bunch of violations, then I'd get slammed for it. So that's not that big a deal. All right. We're still working through our queue. Alright, we got more contracts. So I've got a contract for development. I'm already doing a development contract, so I'm a little leery about taking on another one while that one's still active until I'm comfortable I know I'm going to knock it out. For the designing one, we've got our operating system. What do we got here? So I'm trying to see. So this is one I'm just here to design. Okay. What are you? I think that's a website I am doing for traditional contracts. So we'll want to get that knocked out off the list. And then we can go ahead and get some of these other stuff. Because then I can start slipping and working on my own projects on the side while doing these things. And we'll eventually start expanding our departments where we have, like, you know, a dev team that'll be strictly for operating our own product, like making our own products constantly. And we'll have a dev team for working our deals. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so right now we're slowly gaining reputation. So hopefully that'll go well. Our operating system is getting updated. Oh, I almost realized, or just forgot. Hardware, research, and that'll be core. Top priority on that. We're fixing our bugs here. Alright, so our support team is struggling to keep up. That's not a surprise. We've got some pretty cheap people. So we can educate you. Oh wait, here, more we need to do. Next class. Get all the way to the top. There we go. And this is one of our programmers. We're gonna give them one, we're gonna make it a rule with our programmers and all that they have one in every skill. And now we worry about that. I'm not gonna bother patenting that. We keep trying to go for the patent on system stuff, and it's just already the next system stuff is out before we can get the patent done. We're gonna see if I just leave it for legal to deal with. Oh, are you set to legal? That's a problem. Assign to legal, okay. Assign to legal, where are you? Legal, okay. Alright, so that's out of here. You're set to marketing. Designs on that, program artists on that. I'm making sure I don't have anything floating where no one is working on it. Okay, we're alright. And how are our products doing? Details, we still got plenty of inventory. We don't have much in the way left of active users. No operating systems to port it to. We are getting low on stock, but we don't have that many active users anymore. And we are making the sequel already. Cool. Okay, so that's the one that we actually need to develop for a contract. So let's get that going. All right. You should hire another janitor? Probably. So the thing is, it's just when the day first starts, it gets absolutely slammed. And then the janitor gets here, and she cleans it up very quickly. And then she's idle the rest of the day. It's just that initial wave. What I think I probably need to do is make the entrance that are people doing deals have them have a different entrance than like my regular customers or like my regular staff, so that my horribly gross and terrible staff don't use the same door. Because no one wants the ick of all that staff getting in there. Alright, so legal has nothing going on. What can I have legal do in the meantime? Because that's kind of the problem I have right now is what all does legal do in this game? So if we look at our skills, you switch that to service. So handle internal disputes and handle external disputes. File for patents. It's basically they file patents. So I can have them substitute in to assist with other stuff if I've got low priority stuff. But otherwise I don't have a whole lot to do if I'm not filing for patent. So in the future, let's always file for patent even when I don't need things, so I can continue to level. Since right now they're just sitting there until we get that done. Alright, so we're doing plenty fine on those contracts. We're doing fine with that. Support we're struggling to keep up. That's just gonna take time to sort out. We're heading towards bankruptcy. That'll probably be fine. As soon as we get this one done, we're gonna get a major influx of money. Oh, it's pausing at night because I have my security person standing around. That's why it keeps, you know, not letting me super fast forward. That's fine. 600,000 bills. So we lost an extra 600,000 to bills, and I don't know which bills they were. Oh, one of our deals dropped off. One of our marketing deals came to an end. Okay. I don't really have the capacity to go and bring on another one. Get some more design stuff going. But hopefully get more deals popping in here for support. You wonder where they live that gets that much of their shoes? I know, right? That they literally bring in this cone of just mud the entire way in. Part of it is what they attribute some of our people is, I think it's called old soul, and they track extra dirt. So I'm curious about that. Yeah, so we need more deals to come in. What's interesting is my other off-stream playthrough, which is at about the same star rating as this one. Yeah, so the security guard just waits outside. And then we can fast forward till they leave. Hey! The burglars went away empty-handed because my security guard intercepted was like, yo, get out of here. Alright, because the thing is like a $2 million contract. Which then we'll start taking the more of the dev deals, like I've got this one here. Because those pay me out like $30,000 a month as opposed to one-time punch of a bunch of money. Alright, so we got someone who needs training. It's one of our programmers. Give him a point in audio. And then we've got this. So we got another company we could do support for. So that's going to go to our support team. And weirdly, I still have on my list another one we could do for support. So I will go ahead and add that to my support team. You bugged? Alright, let's stop there because I just added like 3 more companies to do support for. And I probably can't actually support that. And we can get you going. Yep, and a visitor had a complaint about my main room being dirty. Yeah, so I've got a lot of support stuff lined up. If I can get through the support tickets I have, then I will consider taking on another company. But we just grabbed like 3 companies because for some reason it's letting me do that. It's like, you know what I can go ahead and do? Assign, hey legal, you got nothing going on. You're gonna go ahead and run support for a while. How's that make you feel? I still can't get over how that parking lot looks. Just the big grid with the passages between it. It's interesting that they have like these little things here. I think that's more just a design so as you the player can see the boundaries, not the way like actual parking lots look. I could be wrong. It could be... No, actually, I think we had that discussion. I think we had that discussion before, and there was like somewhere in the world that like that they do have like these weird kind of like lines on the edge. Alright, so the good news is we did pick up some more contracts. So that should help us out. Our support team should be slowly coming together. The cohesion is still negligible because we did just do a massive hiring spree, and the same with the design team. So we're kind of in that early phase of where we just acquired a bunch of people. Okay, so we got beat on the audio research, that's fine. And their legal has something to do, so the patent's a higher priority than helping support. Yeah, so we got a lot of support tickets coming in. Alright, so we've got design, develop, support. Are we gonna become a glorified call center? Is that what's in our future? Is just becoming a call center? Just run support for everyone else. Employees are having difficulty concentrating due to the noise. That's fine, so we'll go to you. Delete that, and we can go here and give you some noise canceling headphones. I'm not sure which one it was. Okay, so one of my artists is stressed from being split between too many tasks. That's interesting because I actually don't think... Wait, our artists aren't assigned to that many tasks. The artists are working these 2 tasks and that's it. Which, to be fair, that task will be done soon. "27 employees went on vacation." I.e. half the company just went on vacay. Get our operating system on the queue as well. So we got another new deal popping in here. How are we doing on our deals? Everyone's been so far happy with their deals. I need to check at the end of the day when I look at the queue how it looks. Oh, we're already doing an update for you? That's fine. Right, because we were updating it for new tech. Alright. So we're at the end of the day, and we still have a lot of support stuff that got queued that did not get done. So that is a deep concern that that will probably upset our people. But that's also support is still winding up. Apparently they still consider that good support, so... We can apparently knock out maybe only half the tickets that come in, and that's fine. Just for anyone who's trying to gauge in real world what's considered good support, according to this game, that's what it is. You need to be increased in priority so we can get that knocked out. Your employees cannot keep up with support. So increase the one that we were falling behind in priority. All right. You know what we're gonna do? First of all, let's take a look at our software real fast. So both of these, the user base has dropped off in a big way. So we're gonna archive them. Cool. So with that, we no longer do our own software. We're putting out one last update, and then we're done with it. Oh, archiving them didn't do anything. I see. All right, so what we need to do is I need to go for these. We just need to fix all the bugs we have right now, and then we will shut them down and be done with it. So barely functional OS. Congratulations. You are done. And basically malware. Congratulations. You are done. Alright. Because they aren't making me much money, and they are a burden on us. And we're just going to have to try and do our best to catch up on our support stuff that I've gone too deep. And I can't just hire more people. That's not going to help me out. I've got to get my current people working together more so I get the cohesion. Alright. Cool. And this now will make it so you can continue doing research, but this time on audio, so our audio research will pick up. Employees can't keep up with support. I know. I understand. We've already hired people. Their cohesion is only at 50%. If I hire more people, it's going to hurt me more and it's going to benefit. Commenting for engagement? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I took on too many support tasks at once. So, the game I've been doing offline, I actually have like... I think I have like 5 development and 5 design and like 20 support all at the same time with the same rough amount of people. The difference I'm running into here is we got really big clients for these ones. They're pulling in thousands of tickets at a time, as opposed to... Oh, man. Like, as opposed to this. So this is starting to tank our rating because all of our support stuff they're getting mad about. There's no point in prioritizing. They're falling behind in all of them. So the hope here is just each day we're getting our cohesion just a bit higher. Alright, so we dropped off the 3D tech. So the New Year drops, we will We'll start that research. Yeah, that's gonna start hurting our reputation pretty bad, pretty fast. There's so many support tickets. Core's not gonna be able to do much. It's literally just legal and all that are dealing with it. Okay, so you're core team, so we'll get you on 2D so you can help research 2D. Yeah, we're doing badly. I went too deep. Let's look at our deals. We canceled one of our support contracts. See if that'll help catch up and get afloat. All right. Another potential thing would be to potentially hire a night support team as well. So it doesn't end up with the giant backlog they come into, at the beginning of the day. Alright, so that's finally done. Yes. Get that out of here. Cool, 1.9 million. Alright. I'm half tempted to do a setup just like we've got here and just have like another support wing. And just, basically make another support team to try and do this, because these are pretty lucrative. Yeah, it's fine. We'll keep it as smaller departments, so that way we can split the stuff. Because it's one of those things that we assign more and more projects to one team. There's like kind of an overhead stress it causes. All right, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is drop down here. Is there any? Actually, let's see. Is there any departments we want to split up? Or not departments we want to split up. Is there any things we want to specialize is the way I want to go with it? Because if we look at our departments, we've got legal, support, and marketing. I believe that is all the forms. Well, actually, we don't have an accounting team. And I know accounting we use to push down our taxes. And then core we could certainly break up a little bit more to try and get some more people maxed out on some stuff. Your employees cannot keep up with support. Alright. What is this team and why are you not doing anything? Marketing. I know you can get marketing contracts. Our other marketing contract must have come to an end. So, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're working on getting that fixed. Alright. So let's go down here. Oh, we won't do it that way. We'll make ourselves a proper new office. So I have IT run around here, right? Did I not hire IT? I got IT. Why is the computer still on fire? And also, you don't need 2 sprinklers, just 1. Okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna get ourselves another office built here. And so I should have a couple more options than we did. So we have a modern desk. And we have that computer. And a better chair. Wait, is the modern desk designed so 2 people can sit at one desk? Oh no. Hey, support. I'm so sorry they've given me this power. Did you all want to be crammed into an unreasonably small space as a very large team? Welcome support call center. Here we go. Here we go. If you ever really want to know what it feels like to work at a support center, you're looking at it. If you're lucky, you get cubicle walls. Just ruined tens of friendships. Yup. Alright, and so with that, we're gonna go here to our utilities, because I will need to have, first of all, let's get our lights. There are a lot of computers in this room. Overcrowded rooms will distract employees. Okay, so where is that fence where it's no longer considered overcrowded? Is that not overcrowded? That's all we had to do. This is considered A-okay, chat. This is a perfectly reasonable amount of people crammed into this space, according to the game. I absolutely hate the idea of this room. This room already, just like looking at us, just like, oh, no. This room is perfect. Also, I forgot, there's items we can add to these rooms that give them bonuses. So let's go ahead and where is our bookshelf? Where are you, bookshelf? Where are you hiding? No one's allowed to actually read the books. We got a bookshelf and a plant. No one's allowed to use those things, but like, you know, they're there. So that's the new support room. We're going all in on this. Duplicate. Oh, nope, don't do that. All right, so we have support. When you worked support for Havoc Controls, you had books that we actually read. Oh yeah, now if you can do like the engineering side of things, where someone's like, well, what do I do about this, this, and this? And you're like, hang on, let me look up the model you have. Like you have to go through like a lot of stuff that there's a lot more research. Or if you're a more specialized one, you run to that too, where you'll have like if you're working on like generators or whatever. If only you could hire cheap labor to fill those rooms. We can. Yes, we can. Because do you know what's about to happen, chat? It's time for a new team to join the roster. So your primary is lead, and you're going to do this. You're going to be on night support. Oh, right, we don't have that yet. That's fine. Filter by specialization. I don't know which one to give him. We'll just grab both those. Okay, so we don't actually care about what department because they're going to be night support. Yeah, we're gonna have a manager who'll be your best friend. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for your management to be your best friend. All right. So now we're gonna go to service. Specialization will be support. We don't care about the quality of applicant right now. We're going to get controls of the night support, begin looking. All right, so all we're looking for is we want to have 8 people on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this room is the night support room. And before we go too far, if we look at our schedules, so night support here is going to arrive at 1600. And they will leave, well, actually, so they do the overnight. I think that's 8. Yeah, I think that's 8 hours. They'll do the overnight. Now that said, that does mean we're gonna have to go here and say, where are your stuff? Where do I set your benefits? Increase employee salaries between 1,800 and 5. Okay. You will get a bump pay for doing the all night. You demand your own cubicle. Where is our IT person? There's a lot of broken computers. I'm probably at the... Oh my god, there's so many people who can't work. Who are you? What department is this? So that's marketing. We do have some people in design who can't do that. Meanwhile, we're going to go on to our assignments here. And all of you are getting support and night support. Because then the idea is, oh right, we got legal supposedly helping you. Okay, that's fine. Surely you meant where's the IT persons? Oh no. No, we're actually, honestly with this, I think we've reached the point where I need to hire a second cleaning person and IT person. So I got a second shift for them. And the IT person, we need a second shift for you. So, okay. So we're better now. We have 2 IT people for the entire company. That's fine. We're gonna get there. Meanwhile, for a previous support room, we gotta figure out what we're doing with that. Oh, that'll be accounting. Because we didn't actually get an accounting team yet. We just have an accounting individual. So service. There's no compatibility. Begin the search. Sure, you'll do fine. I just accidentally put you on the night team. So let's pause that. Employees. New team. Accounting. Cool. Two IT people for an entire company and devs doing support. Well, the devs aren't doing support. I mean, they'll do like updates or whatever, but they're not handling the phones. All right, so services with a specialization in accounting. We're gonna give them a good salary, filter by compatibility of the accounting department. We'll begin our search. And why are you all born leaders? 2, 3, 4. And then this room that was the support room, you're no longer the support room. You're the accounting room. All right. So we need to fix our reputation with this. If I have to cancel his support things, we will. Where is my night support team? Did I miss them? Oh, it might be because it's the first day they didn't get in here to deal with it. That's fine. Because we want to catch that up. Meanwhile, you're still going well. We are still working on our first iteration of that. That's still got time left. This has still got time left. I'm wondering if I'm going to need, like, a night shift chef. I know it says they can't keep up. The plan is you're going to literally have a separate team tonight. They'll be bringing out our new team. From making an OS to supporting, quote unquote, an OS. Yup. What we need is to get another marketing contract. Because we got a marketing department that's also not doing anything right now. So what we should see is momentarily, yeah, here's the night team for support. Okay, so we got programmers gained a level. And I guess we're going to go here. We're going to hire a second cook. And they'll be our overnight cook. And let's see what it's saying here. So they're generally happy, so that's good. Yeah, a bunch of people want raises. That's fine. Alright, so we're making good time on that project, so I think it is about time that we picked up another development deal. So we can go ahead... Were the two teams? Oh yeah, it's the artist and all that. So I grabbed ourselves a second contract for our dev team. And then we're doing just fine on our design team right now. Oh my god, you still can't keep up with support. Alright. So you're the lowest value support. We're taking another support one off the list. We gotta give the team a little bit of time to play catch up. They're just way behind. But we can manage to catch them up, because right now we're just hemorrhaging reputation because we're failing to keep up with the support requirements. But if we can recover that, then we can turn around and start expanding support. I just find it fascinating. Like, the other time I did this, that I messed with this, I was running, I mean, I'm not even joking, like 12 with a team of like 8 people. Oh, marketing, yes, thank you. That gives my marketing team time to do something. Oh, wait, stop budgeting our operating system we no longer sell. Come on, man. I've been marketing an operating system we no longer even sell. Which, now that I think about it, I'm still producing the next version, which I guess, okay. I'll have to figure out what I want to do with the product side of things. We'll go ahead and get you... What team are you on? You're on the programmer team? Let's get you a point in audio. All fridges are empty. Okay. Let's try fixing that. I'm assuming I just need a second fridge. So like they can deliver food at night or something. Why are you all working in the darkness? It said like the lighting was okay, but then you look at it at night and you're like, oh, my bad. Here, let me go ahead and give you a little bit of light. Okay. That's fine. We'll inject one forward and use the excuse that there's a window there as the reasoning. I can envision... I just realized these could have actually been one room. I didn't actually need to split it because there was no need to do that. Alright, so we got a bunch of taxes due. Oh, right, we have our accounting people. I didn't even look at our finances. What's happening with our... Oh, accounting teams? Oh no, I didn't have them set. Okay. So the accounting team is now able to deal with our taxes going forward. Let's see, your accountants have 1 month to finish procurement, so we can procure gold. We can move money offshores. We can funnel money offshores to build up legal risks. We can commit corporate espionage, black market, pay off employees. I have to know. So we are currently working on acquiring gold to then sell off stuff to another account. Fire inspection failed. Escape violation warnings. Elevators cannot be used during a fire. You need a stairway between floors. Oh, I didn't remember that I got rid of the stairway. That's on me. Okay, so we got a new thing. How is support going? We're still behind on support. Design seems to be going fine. And we've already lined up another dev contract. And keep that going for right now. Oh, I keep the gold in my building? Excuse me? What? I didn't realize I just kept a giant pile of gold in my building. We're not secure for keeping a mountain of millions of dollars of gold tucked in the corner. Well, so in the meantime, so I stopped getting fines because I had a staircase, but I got rid of it when I was doing some other stuff. There, I have a staircase again. So that way I won't fail my next fire inspection. So I have... So we procured this gold, but how do we sell the gold? And meanwhile, we have people who are like working a call center like 2 rooms over. The door's not even locked. There's just this room with a big pile of millions of dollars of gold bars just sitting 1 room away. blissfully unaware. You cannot trust call center employees with unsecured gold. Your company is in debt. So my gold bars were spotted. Oh, that is a glass door. That's right. Let's take a loan. For a couple $100,000. Yeah, it's really bad when you try and hide your gold by putting in plain view of a window. That is not how you secure gold, in case you're wondering. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll just, for some strange reason, have one door that is different than all the other doors in the building, or whatever. So the downside is that did bump our heat to 50%. So we are officially a software company who is trying to funnel money to offshore accounts. Oh, speaking of which, I also just realized, hardware technology, we want to be researching that. Yes, please. System technology, we want to be researching that. Wait. Oh, so what do we go? So we've got audio, 3D, that's what we don't have the latest of. So we want to do that. So hardware technology is the one we max out. So just run a software company? We are. We're just running a legitimate software company with gold in the back room. I was mostly curious when I had the option to procure gold. I was like, okay. What I don't know is I've got the gold now. How do I do something with the gold? That's what I want to know. Well, that's what I don't know, is I don't see how you make the gold go away. Because I got it. I mean, unless literally you just delete it. I'm not feeling comfortable that we're safe from bankruptcy. Because if we stay there, we'll go bankrupt. Yeah, I figured what would happen is you'd procure the gold and then they would slowly sell off the gold. But I don't see anything here that implies that. Is it sell it like furniture? That did not give me my money back. The good news is they're able to cancel it, and it made it reappear. So yeah, so definitely don't sell it like furniture. Well, actually, let's try it from this screen. Oh, check the offshore account? Yeah, we could do that. So we did this. We go here. Ah, there we go. I understand. Buy a bunch of furniture and hope we earned what we spent. Pay off an employee to quit amicably. corporate espionage, spy on other companies, and figure out the latest tech, circumventing the process. Okay, so basically that's the only purpose of buying the gold, is you do buy... Okay, we're fine. You do buy your gold to turn around and like sell it for a premium and whatnot. Okay, so it looks like we are recovering on the support front, which is good news. Which a big part of that is because we have taken the time to set up ourselves both, like, multiple support teams. Yeah. So that I probably won't do again. It was just an interesting thing to deal with. Meanwhile, we could start trying to acquire other companies and put them out of business. All right. It also... Oh, I didn't change. 1 second. I forgot I had that looking like that. Let's make that not look the way it looks. So we want to go here. We're going to change the flooring. Let's make it pretend cobblestone. And we'll have the glass wall. Excellent. Because that at least looks like a little bit better. Acquire Bethesda. Yeah, so that's what we can potentially do, is just acquire our competition. So this is almost done. And then we can switch it over to being just going out. We've been just researching these other things. I totally forgot we're working on our new version of the operating system. It is kind of funny that we're even doing that, considering how little money we've made from our own software versus other stuff. Now, I do feel like I need to be bringing on more deals to justify our existence. Okay, so they're knocking this down. I want to see if they fully clear the queue. If they fully clear the queue, then we will, we'll just bring on more support contracts. Because then it'll keep basically this call center running day in and day out, and it'll become our main moneymaker. We successfully filed our tax report. That's the first time I've done that in this game. Okay, so we've got it down pretty low overnight, so we're not missing any now. And they leave, and we immediately have the new shift coming in. Yeah, honestly, I think we can, I think we can potentially take on another support contract, because they're also still gaining in proficiency and all that, and leveling. So what we could do is on both the day and night team, like, add 2 more employees and acquire another contract, and to just, like, slowly crawl that up higher. How much longer do you have? You got 6 months. You got 18 months. You're basically... You're at 100% code and art. It's just waiting for it to toggle the last thing, and then we'll just let that bug report and just milk it for money in the meantime. Alright, we got another person who's maxed out. Alright. Yeah, so this is our research team, so what they can do in art really doesn't matter that much. Yeah, let's bring on another support thing. So we're gonna start at the bottom. What's the highest paying support we've got? Boom. Accept another left 12,000 bucks. And make sure that got assigned to the right people. It did not. Who'd you get assigned to? Right, so assign that to both the day and the night team. And meanwhile, for development, we're basically done with that. We've got a long time left of that, so I can go ahead and add another development project onto the development queue. So that's another one they've got going. That said, we are about to get the operating system as our new thing to work on. Well, I mean, we could let that go for another iteration. We could also afford to take on some more marketing stuff, too, if we got that as an option. Hey, Infinity Simplex, how's it going? Oh, what's interesting is we're gaining market recognition for all of these things because we're supporting different companies. Okay, so that's wild. So I could basically, like, contract for other people, get myself lots of recognition in industry, and then make my own and steal market share. That's kind of a cool idea. So you could be like, oh, what's the company that, Bethesda ended up acquiring them before Bethesda got acquired. The ones who made Fallout, that they ended up doing their own thing for a long time. I wasn't thinking Digital River. Doesn't having chairs that close together make employees annoyed with noise? I've got noise-canceling headset. I mean, in real life, I would despise working in a place like that, but we just gave them noise-canceling headsets, and now they're all of a sudden okay with it. Yeah, so it looks like we're actually handling those. So let's take on another support contract. You also go to night support as well. Never use noise-canceling headsets that way? That's a genius. I mean, that's what you do in, like, real life. I've been in offices where they got us packed in pretty tight and they gave us noise-canceling headsets. It's not the best. To be fair, that was one where they were ordering furniture for a remote location, and then we got our equipment in, we were all, like, packed in, and the first time they came to visit, like, oh, we messed up. And then, you know, they gave us better furniture. They're like, I didn't get to see this in person. I didn't realize how tightly you're all packed in over here. Now, it was a good company, but they had their headquarters handling a lot of stuff, and sometimes they weren't the best about what they were doing. Being remote has its negatives with that kind of stuff. Honestly, you're getting through that, too. Yeah, you basically got that cut up as well. Heck yeah, let's go ahead and bring on another support contract. Every one of these is a little bit more money we get every single month. Black Isle are the devs you're looking for? I don't think so, but maybe. The point is, they basically are a group that they got really, really effective in their own right. Then they got acquired. There's been a couple of dev teams that they were just literally... Like, Nintendo has them, where they have dev teams that work under Nintendo but aren't Nintendo to make a bunch of their games. And then, you know, eventually they spin off and just do their own thing. Like, they had that under Rare at one point. They had a bunch of people spin off to make their own company after they got a lot of recognition. It's nothing negative about it. Like, if you know if you're going to try and release onto the market and you're an unknown quantity that you're just not going to make it, you're not going to release under your own name. And it's different than, like, a publisher deal. Like, a publisher can throw marketing around it. It's letting you... It's one of those things that, like, you know, okay, we were the devs that made whatever. Like, you know, made whatever product for whatever company. So we just need things to stabilize. So we didn't go negative, but we got 300 bucks to the company, so that's not really good. But we're keeping our support stuff good, so let's go ahead and pop in here, and I can take another support contract. And that should be done any second now. And once it's done, we can approve it, let them bug bash it for a while, milk it for its money. Because if you look at these things, we get paid that much a month. So, you know, we might be done with your product, but we'll just go ahead and not deliver it until we've got all of our months paid. Why would I deliver early when you're paying me on time versus results? That's just silly. You think Interplay bought Black Isle, which sold the IP to Blizzard, if you remember correctly? Could be wrong. Yeah, and that's not the one I was thinking of. The one I was thinking was Bethesda. Okay, so we don't have anything we can do on this phase. So now we're bug bashing, and we're going to make that low priority. So basically, we are just sitting on this for right now, and just taking a paycheck until it's about due. Not Blizzard? Gotcha. Alright, how are we doing on these? Yeah, we're keeping up our queue on all of those, honestly. We've got the hardware, we're gonna go for the patent on it. We got a marketing contract, so let's get that going. We've got a support contract, we can get that going. And that should help with our finances. Yeah, so adding that night shift helped a whole lot. And adding more people on there. Yeah, you got it. Why would I deliver early when you're paying me for time, not results? The anthem of many employees over the world. Yup. Turn in your work early. Either 1, you stop having work, or 2, you get more work that you don't get paid extra for. Technically, we didn't lose money yesterday. We were positive. Yeah, so we're making money now just from that. The night shift help enable you to take a lot more support contracts? Yeah. It's 2 things that really helped. One is our cohesion got way higher on our day support team, and then the night team basically meant we didn't get that backlog of all of the stuff being there for when the day starts. So we've gone and more than doubled the number of support contracts we're running right now. I might need to bring on some more support people, though. Let's actually do that. Both teams are getting 2 more people. So we're going to go ahead and say service with a focus on support. We're not going to spend real good money. So we're going to start with the support team. You're going to get 2 people. Congratulations. And then we're going to go for the night team. That's all fine. And you're going to get 2 people. Do you allow your support teams to do development or QA or something during when they have no support? There's no such thing as time with no support. It's basically they'll knock it down to just a small number of tickets, but they won't quite knock those tickets out. So they never really hit a point of not having anything they need to be working on. Yeah, so that's not going to get another iteration out. So I'm going to go ahead and let that one go. Which gave us a huge boost on our reputation. So we're going to go ahead and take a new design contract. The ticket never actually brought down to 0. Sounds like a real tech support operation. Well, the idea is the tickets never stop coming. So even if you catch up with the tickets, you haven't actually caught up with the tickets. Because by the time you check the ticket system again, there's new ones. It is a thing that very rarely do you ever have a support department that is actually genuine. Oh, are you not getting that done? Hang on, let's take a quick peek at people's view on us. So you're unhappy with my support right now. Who is this? Okay. We've already hired more people. There's always a new Jira ticket, always. Well, yeah, because that's half the time you get a ticket that you can't do anything about in the moment. But it's still just there, taking up brain power and mind share and all that. Alright. You once said someone would set their profile descriptor to assign Jiras here. Alright, so we have pushed our teams too far. We've gotten too many support stuff. How bad does our cohesion... So just adding one employee hit our cohesion by about 30%. So that's the thing. So I think in the future, we'll add one person to one of the two teams, let it stabilize, and then we'll add a person to the other team, let it stabilize, and just ping pong back and forth to grow our teams. That'll be fine. All right. We're gonna increase the priority on that. So we are taking a hit to our reputation. So let's deal with that. So we're going to cancel that one. Do you have a certain size that you limit your teams to? Not yet. I haven't actually had the game give me some penalty where it's like, oh, your team's too big. I'm sure there's got to be a limit. All right, so someone else beat me to the 2D stuff. And a lot of our core people currently don't have something they can work on because our research is getting too specialized for them. We can have core hop on and help with... You know, I can start having core do as its secondary responsibility. Core can lead when we make our own products. That'll give them something to do when nothing needs researching. There we go. Let's see, support, marketing, etc. You just go for like 20 plus, but dev usually cap around 12. Do 7 early on with small projects that give you a penalty for more than the number of people assigned? Yeah. We honestly probably could expand our teams. So start getting our research team and all that to be more branched out. Man, we're falling so far behind on our support stuff. We got rid of one of the clients though, so we should start playing a little bit of catch up, and then plus, again, the cohesion recovering should help. Yeah, so that's what I gotta do, is I need to be very, very gradual in growing these teams. Or if I'm not gradual, make a brand new team and just ham-fist a bunch of people into that team. You know, that way you know that team's gonna be basically useless for a while, but they're a whole extra team. I see you're designing the Windows ME second in your design thing. Oh, the, where is it? Barely functional OS 95? Yeah. Honestly, let's take that out of design. Oh, it's complaining about lack of marketing. That's fine. I have no idea how long it's going to take me to develop because I'm not making that main priority. All right, so burglars try and loot our place. Okay, so new thing we're gonna do. We're getting our security person for during the day. Because I have noticed that the security person spots them, it chews them away. Thoughts on 11? I'm fine with 11. There are people who have like lots and lots of really strong opinions about, 11. But having been around in software development for a long time, I've come to accept every version of Windows just about. Everyone throws a fit over it, unless they threw a bigger fit over the previous one. Like, so for example, Windows 8, people were very relieved when, sorry, not Windows 8, Windows 10, people were very, no, it was 8. It was 8 that had the touch UI kind of thing, that people were really, really happy to get off of that onto 10 or 11. Some employees are unhappy with their jobs, and that's just because of the fact that, they're all scared because the burglars. 8 was universally viewed as awful. So 8 had a lot of really good stuff in it, but yeah, the UI was pretty unwelcome. There was a lot of hate for 8. But yeah. It was just one of those things that having that UI really upset people. It's just way too jarring of a change. Alright. So honestly, with that, I'm going to take on another design contract. This is pushing our design team a little bit more than we should. But yeah, there are legitimate things that people have to complain about with 11, but there's also a lot of stuff that people... It's a thing right now that people get upset way too much more on that. 8 felt like it was using a tablet with a mouse. It was weird. Yeah, so it's like, I liked the idea of the live tiles. I didn't like the whole thing where it took over, like, the whole screen. But, comparing, like, where you'd have your start menu pop up and have, like, the weather or whatever things you cared about that you pinned there, that I was fine with. I liked that. Having it take over your whole screen was a problem. And there's people who don't like it. I find a lot of people, it's whatever the change is they don't like. So even if you remember going back to the days, I believe, I can't remember if it was ME or XP that introduced the bubblegum UI, just where they changed the start menu from being a rectangle to being that little ball, people lost their minds over that. People were super upset with that. And it's just, I've come to accept anytime I hear people complain about the new operating systems and all that, usually it's not that I dismiss it, that's overstating it. I kind of accept that a big part of it is, change. Not even like anything to do with the merits, just, change. Like, for example, when Windows Vista introduced the whole thing where it's like, would you like to run this as administrator? People hated that when it came out. And don't get me wrong, it was a bit spammy on that one. But that ended up being almost entirely, like, a new and, like, meaningful thing with it. Like, that's what led us to getting rid of a lot of malware and getting rid of a lot of applications installing crap everywhere and fixing all that stuff. Was the reason you kept being prompted for admin permissions was every application to that point was like, let me write to system 32, let me write directly onto your C drive, let me write to all these places I have no business writing. But Microsoft had never put its foot down against any of it, so it is what it is. Yeah. It gave you access to simple user. Yeah, for me, ME, like, they add a bunch of, like, UI stuff that really just ate up memory and all that. It did have a much better networking layer stuff they add. Like, they expanded the networking stuff on ME versus 98 SE, so its networking was better than 98 SE. But it was like one of those things that you got a handful of benefits that came with a whole lot of stuff that people found very frustrating. And with good reason. Like, it was just a bunch of prettiness added onto it that really didn't do anything for you other than make your computer run not as well. Now, granted, you could just go in and disable a lot of it. No, was that Arrow? Was it the bubblegum? Was it Arrow? I can't remember. They had a new UI with that one. You recently been playing with Ubuntu and Mint and found them pretty good? Yeah, so I used to run Linux as my main driver for a while while I was in college. That said, it's still one of those things that even nowadays, there's just a lot of things you can't do with those. Like I shouldn't say can't. Like, your basic stuff like Office and all that, it's going to handle that just fine. You got nothing to worry about. Hosting? What is hosting? What? Oh, I have to actually have servers set up. We haven't messed with any of that yet. We've been just kind of racing through the days, trying to design or whatever. So you got 12 months left on that. These are all sitting here. We are in debt. Yeah, like, you could do much more with Linux now than you used to be able to, but it was always one of those things that, to me, Linux, you're going to spend time doing maintenance on it. That's just the reality. You really need to have, like, a power user understanding of your operating system if you are going to be working in Linux. Could you get away without that understanding? Maybe. But realistically, you're going to be dealing with that. Alright, so I'm gonna buy that, get that one, pay this one off. Yeah, and you have, like, drivers problems, and a lot of that's gotten better. Like, the missing drivers, that kind of stuff, that used to be the deal breaker with that one. But yeah. So for, like, your average user going, oh, should I switch to Linux from Windows? I'm like, that's not a serious consideration. Like, I'm sorry, that's not a serious consideration. You might do it and do it for a while, but if you're in the power user range of things, that's a different story. Like, if you're willing to put the time in to do the maintenance and look for drivers and troll around different forums and you cannot find drivers for your version and yada yada, sure. How are our deals going? So everyone's happy with theirs. I will take on another support deal because I do need more money. We are starting to get our cohesion to be quite a bit higher, so we could deal with that. But yeah, no, generally, you can play most games on Linux now. There are ones that you deal with, like, graphical issues and all that. So our design team has a lot of people idle that they can't work on what we've got going on here, which is a problem that we need to skill them up so they can do this. So we've got our patent. And working on those for delivery. And so for the marketing, ooh, I'm going to try to bring that one on. That is pushing kind of the limit of what we could do with our budget. Are we still malware? So we actually we haven't been updating our product. We kind of pulled it from the shelves because we are just working stuff for other people at the moment. All right, so let's see. Get you a skill there. All right, so a little bit of everyone's skills. I'm gonna play it safe and take that other loan. So we're actually in a bad way because, oh, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Maximum loan. That is a big problem. I set that loan for 1 month. We just completely hosed ourselves. We might be able to make this work. We got to get this before midnight. Because what I need to do, I can't make it work. That's over the amount. We've gamed over ourselves. Because I set that for 1 month, I can't do anything about it. We're gonna, no, wait, we're fine. We're okay. Disregard, we're fine. We're going to fail, we're gonna, like, basically go into debt with it, and then when we're in debt, we can take the other loan and pay it off. We're fine. No, we can't. We're not fine. I'm already in the, okay, we're hosed. Yep, we're host. We're gonna try and make this work. I'm gonna borrow all the money it'll let me, and I'm just gonna have to hope our income was enough to take that hit. Because there's nothing left I can do. So the question is, will that be enough to keep us alive for the night? And that was because I accidentally took a loan for $500,000 for one day. And we went bankrupt. That's okay, it was getting to be the time to switch, and that is a fitting end for a company that lost its direction like 6 times over. So we have gone under. And we didn't just go under a little bit, we went under like 200-something thousand. It is kind of remarkable at how fast the game fails you, that you're like, oh, you're in debt. Okay, you're in debt 1 more month, you're out. Which is fine, I think that's a perfectly fine losing condition. But it's just like, man, it can turn on you fast. So what's gonna end up happening is, let's go ahead and, first of all, I'm gonna stop where we're on YouTube, so YouTube's gonna go down. And we're gonna do that for right now, because we're gonna be switching game categories. I don't know what